Hello everybody, welcome to a special edition of Mark Plays Magic. I know it's been quite a while and just wanted to come on and to show you something that I just kind of got hip to on Kickstarter recently. And I wanted to kind of walk you through a game. It's something that's a nice little break from Magic for sure. But today we're going to play Deadball, baseball with dice. Now, this is on Kickstarter. You can also get this game through Drive-Thru RPG. Basically, it's baseball, but with some RPG dice. So I'm going to kind of walk us through sort of the simple. I'm sorry for bumping the camera. I'm trying a new little thing here. I'm going to walk us through sort of a simple game. There's tons of ways that you can play this, but I'm going to basically distill it down to sort of the basic quick game, if you will. So the way that the game works is that you have certain players, and the best part about this is it can be sort of customizable. So today we're going to play a game that's my good friend Bo from the Pacific Northwest gave me the idea to do this. So this is we're playing the Mariners, sort of the best of the best, according to Bo. And of course, how could I not do this? I'm basically playing my favorite Pittsburgh Pirates baseball players of all time. So I'm sure that it's probably a little difficult to see who's this, so I'll announce it as we go along. But it sort of works the same way that a regular baseball game does. Just kind of a few guidelines here. As far as with the startup, your pitcher, based on what their ERA is, they roll a specific type of dice. So our matchup today is going to be Randy Johnson versus John Candelaria, the Candyman. Randy Johnson's sort of his career ERA is 3.29. So Randy is basically going to be rolling a D4. This is what a D4 is if you are really into baseball and not into RPGs. And of course, if you're into RPGs, you know exactly what that is. So I'm going to basically play with two different colored dice so we can kind of keep an idea on what's what, just in case you really want to look at the screen and see what exactly is rolled here. This one might be a little difficult to see, but the other one should be fine. But we're going to use basically for the batters, we're going to roll a 100-sided dice. And the way that we're going to do that is we're going to roll this dice, which basically gives the increments 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. There is also the double odds on that. And we're going to roll a 10-sided die. So if perhaps I roll a 0 and a double 0, that would actually be 100. So if I roll a 1 and the double zeros, that actually is going to be 1. So each batter is assigned specific stats based on what their batting average is. So what I did was basically take the career batting average for each person, and what we do is we roll the first. We look for a roll that's the first two numbers of the batting order. So, for instance, batting first for the Mariners, we have Harold Reynolds. He's a batting average of 258. So basically, our target is going to be 25. Now, a simple roll, basically, we'd roll the two dice. In this case, it would be a 6. And then we would also roll you can't exactly roll this dice, but we would roll this for the pitcher, which is a 2. That would get added to the score. That would be 8. So that would be enough for a hit. So at that point, we would run to the batter, basically, or the player. You can play this solo, or you can play it with 2 players. Is definitely fun. You can go to the basic hit table, which is a D20. This is a D20. You basically would roll this dice, and this would determine what we would do. So in this case, this is a 13, which was rolled, which will give us a double. However, the defense team gets to roll a D12. Here's a D12 for defense. So that double could possibly change into an error, or there could be something different changed into that. So we rolled a 4. In this case, there's no change to the particular score. So that is the simplest Deadball in its simplest form. The only other rule that we are going to kind of incorporate, now, of course, there's advanced rules, there's super advanced rules that you can play, where there's critical roles, things like that. I'm going to show you the basic. This is sort of the quickest way to play, sort of in my opinion, kind of the sort of the easiest way to play this game. So if you get somebody that's not really into baseball or anything like that, this is sort of the best way to play this, in my opinion. So big shout out to WM Ackers for putting this game together. It is so cool. If you enjoy what you see here, go out to thru RPG, pick the game up. It's super cheap. Even you can do the downloadable print and play. You don't really need much. In my opinion, you can basically get the quick start guide, which comes with a kind of a stat sheet, which I already did the scoring for, and away we go. So basically, one other rule is if the what they refer to as the modified swing score, which is basically this is the roll with the 10-sided die. With a 100-sided die, and the ERA for the pitcher. If that number is 1 to 5 points higher than what the target ERA is, that'll actually be a walk for the player. So we will be playing with these rules at the 6th inning. Basically, there's a couple options on what can happen. The pitcher, at this point, his pitch dice will basically go down. So his ERA will, based on what his ERA is, his dice will become different. So in this case, the D4, instead of being added to the swing score, it will actually be subtracted. So he becomes a little weaker in that case. Now, another way that you can play this is say for instance, if they're throwing like a no-hitter, then basically they can go up in a pitch dice. If they basically lose or 3 runs, if they give up 3 runs in a single inning, then they go down. What we're going to play is at the 6th inning, they're going to basically weaken, and then we can kind of decide if we want to put in our if we want to put in our relievers. So kind of the goal is to put in your reliever for innings 7 and 8, and then put your closer in for the 9th inning. So let's go ahead and play the first game. I know that we're already 8 minutes into the explanation of the game, so thanks for everyone that's stuck with us. But let's go ahead and give this the first round. And Bo, good luck to you. So the Mariner Dream Team versus the Pirates Dream Team. For the top of the order, we're going to also play with the National League rules that the pitcher is also going to have to bat. I assigned just a random dice roll generated score based on the number 10. I rolled a 10-sided die, and then I added 5 to it. So Randy Johnson's batting average is going to be 12. So that's his target. And John Candelaria is going to be a 6. So obviously when that batter comes up, it's probably going to be pretty bad. So we'll go ahead and start. And I appreciate you guys watching, and sit back and enjoy this fun baseball game. And I urge you to go out and pick it up. So we got Harold Reynolds stepping to the plate against John Candelaria. So let's see what we do here. Harold's target is basically 25, and in this case, we rolled an 85. So that will be an out. And then what we do is we go over to the out table, and whatever the last number is for what we rolled would determine on what exactly happened. So in this case, it's a 5. So basically, it's a grounder to third base and a throw to first for an out. So I'll go ahead and mark that on the score as a 5-3. Next up the bat, we have Phil Bradley. And Phil Bradley is going for a target of 28. All right. And he rolls a 67. So that is going to be a fly ball to left field for the second out of the inning. All right, batting third, Ken Griffey Jr. looking for a 28. and 56. So that will retire the side, and that will be a grounder to the shortstop. So that is basically the first inning, and teams will trade sides. So we'll basically keep these dice the way that they are. In my opinion, it is good to have two different colors of dice. It kind of makes it a little bit easier when you're adding or subtracting. So reaching the plate for the Pittsburgh Pirates is going to be Honus Wagner with a looking for a 32. All right, so this will be our first hit of the game. Big crack of the bat, which will give us an 11. So Honus Wagner will bat for a hit. So rolling a 20-sided die, and we rolled a 10. So that will be a single, and if there were any runners on the base, they would advance 2 bags, but it is just a single for Honus Wagner. All right, up to bat now in the second position, Roberto Clemente, looking for a 31. All right, and that's a 23-5, so that's another hit. And so we'll go to the 20-sided die for a 17. 17 is a double, and the runners are going to advance 3 bags. So we got a double here for Roberto Clemente, and that will score Honus Wagner. So, and again, depending on how you want to, score this, you can be as advanced as you want to, or you can be pretty easy. The sample one is a little more squares, so more so what you're used to doing. I just basically printed out a bunch of these on Excel just to kind of give myself a handful more. I didn't have a chance to run and print the actual one. So let's go on to the third batter, which is Arky Vaughn, looking for a 31. All right, and I swear this never happens in this game, but it's happening now. So I rolled an 8, and so 20-sided die for a 3, and that will be a single, and there will also be a defensive roll on this. So the defense will roll a 12-sided die, and that is a 6. So no change with that. So basically we'll go and we'll get a single off of that. And hold on a second, 8, 3. Okay, so no runner advancing on that one. So we have a guy on first and a guy on second, no outs. The other way you can play this too is you can also do, say for instance, you can give extra stats to it. So say for instance, if you have somebody that's really good at fielding, or if you have somebody that's really good at like a power hitter, there's always that option to do that. This game is very customizable, which is really great. And William Ackers did a really great job kind of going through, and there's a whole bunch of different ways to play, and I suggest that you pick his game up if this is something that's interesting for you. If you're not the creative type and you just want a storyline, they'll walk you through it. So that's an 8 by Willie Stargell. He was next up to bat, which is going to be a fly out to center field. All right, so next we have Barry Bonds. 1 out and 1 on. Oh, I'm sorry, we have a guy on first and second. All right, Barry Bonds rolled an 86, so that is going to be a grounder to the shortstop for the second out of the inning. And next up to bat is Bill Mazeroski, looking for a 26. I'm sorry, I haven't been announcing what the numbers are that we're looking for. And that is going to be a 61. So that is going to be a strikeout, which will retire the side. So we leave 2 guys stranded. And basically that'll take us to, let me see where I want to do the score here. All right. After 1 inning, it's 1-0 Pirates. All right. So moving on to the top of the second inning, Edgar Martinez, we're looking for a 31. All right. And, whoops, sorry, that was a 90. 97, 99. That will be a fly out to right field. Next up, Jay Bruner. Looking for a 25. All right, we have a 36-7, And that will be a fly out to left field. Sorry, Bo, they look like they're popping them up. And 2 outs. No one on. We have Alex Rodriguez looking for a 29. And that'll be a hit, so that'll be 7-11. All right, so roll the 20. It's an 8. That is a single. If there were runners on the base, they would advance. So just a single there for Mr. Alex Rodriguez. All right, next up to bat. Is this Tino Martinez, I think? I believe that's who it is. Looking for a 27. Move that over a little bit here. He rolls an 81, so it'll be a strikeout. And that will retire the side. So after 2.5, the score is 0-1. So next up to bat, we have Andy Van Slyke for the Pirates looking for a 27. He rolls a 56, which will be a grounder to the shortstop. All right, next batter, Jason Kendall, looking for 28. And he rolls an 82. It's going to be a strikeout. And last batting, John Candelaria. This is going to be looking for a 6. All right, and he rolls a 12. So in this case, if he would have rolled an 11, that would have been a walk. But since it's above what the actual number is, then it is going to be a strikeout. So after 2, we're looking at 1-0 Pirates. All right, so top of the 3rd here, we got Randy Johnson. I'm sorry, no. D. Wilson? Dan Wilson, is that who that is? I can't remember. Looking for a 26. And he rolls a 55. That will be a grounder to third base. And now this will be Randy Johnson looking for a 12. And he rolls a 47. So popped it up to left field, if you can believe that. All right. And up to bat now we have Harold Reynolds looking for a 26. And he rolls a 92. It's going to be a strikeout. All right. And that will retire the side. So, all right. So, bottom of the 3rd, we have Honus Wagner up the bat again, looking for a 32. All right. And rolls a 35-7. So, in this case, Honus Wagner will actually get a walk because it's going to be 5 more than what his actual number was. 5 higher than what his the modified swing score. Up to bat now, Roberto Clemente. Looking for a 31, and he rolls a 68. So that is going to be a pop fly to center field. All right, Arky Vaughn had a hit in the 1st inning. Looking for a 31. And that will be a hit. So we have 2, 4, and 6. We will roll for the bat. 3, that'll be a single. Defense will roll in response. And they rolled a 3, so no change there. So runner will advance, and we got a single. All right. Next up, we have Willie Stargell. We got a guy on 1st and 2nd with 1 out. Looking for a 28. And we rolled a 29. So that will be a walk, which will basically load the bases. And put Barry Bonds up the bat, looking for a 29. And that should do it. So that is a 20. So it's a hit, let's go ahead and roll the dice. If we can roll a 19 or a 20, this will be a grand slam. So let's see what happens. And we roll a 17. That's going to be good enough. 17 is going to be a double, but the runners are going to advance 3 bags. So Honest Wagner's going to score. Arky Vaughn is going to score. And Willie Stargell is also going to score. So 3 runs in 1 inning, and Bonds will go for a double. How do you guys like to? I don't know if you guys play baseball at all or you score games, but it's kind of the way I like to do it. I like to put the who was the one that basically hit that runner home. So, wow, nice inning so far. We got a guy on second, 1 out, and Bill Mazeroski is going to take the plate, looking for a 26. All right, and that will be a 59-62. So that is going to be a strikeout. Andy Van Slyke. 2 outs, guy on second. And we roll a 69. So that's going to be a pop out to right field. So 1, 2, 3, that'll be the 3rd out of the inning. And Pirates will move their lead 4-0. So let's go ahead and move to the top of the 4th. So thank everybody for watching, and I hope this has been fun for you if you guys are kind of getting an idea on how this game is played. Up to bat, we have Phil Bradley looking for a 28. All right, so that will be a hit. So it is a 12 and 4. That'll be a 16. Roll the 20-sided die for a 10. And a 10 is single. Runners would advance 2 if there were anyone on. So just a single. All right. All right, so Ken Griffey Jr., no outs, guy on first. Looking for a 28. And he rolls 100. So that's actually going to be a strikeout. And I always like the ones that are when there's a strikeout, when there's a 0. Struck out looking, Ken Griffey Jr. Next up to bat, 1 out, 1 guy on first. Looking for a 31, Edgar Martinez. And is going to roll an 81. That'll also be a K. All right, and Jay Bruner looking for a 25. And he's going to roll 102. So that is going to be a strikeout. So bang, bang, bang. 3. Just like that, the Candyman takes him down. All right, so Mariners still scoreless after 4. And we will go to the Pirates. Up to bat, we got Jason Kendall, the catcher, looking for a 28. And he's going to roll an 84, which is going to be grounder out to second. Throws the first for the out. John Candelaria looking for a 6. And he's going to roll a 37. So that's going to be a fly out to left field. Last bat, we got Honest Wagner coming up again, looking for a 32. And it's going to be a 55, which is going to be a grounder to third base. All right. So that'll do it. After 4, Pirates 4, Mariners 0. Alrighty. We're going to have Alex Rodriguez, good old A-Rod, take the plate here, looking for a 29. Alright, it's going to be a 42 and 4, 46. It's going to be an out. The shortstop over to first. All right. Tino Martinez looking for a 27. All right, that is going to be a hit. 24. Let's roll the 20-sided die for 17. That's a double. Nobody on, so that really doesn't do much, but nice one. All right. Dan Wilson looking for a 26. And that is also going to be a hit. That's going to be a 10. Let's see what he can do. Rolls a 4, which is going to be a single. The defense is going to be able to make a play. They get a 10. So in this case, the hit is going to go down a level. So double basically is going to be reduced to a single. Runners advance 2. Triple reduced to a double. Runners advance 3. Single still remains a single. So in this case, since it was just a single, just going to be a single. So no one is going to advance on this one. All right, so that basically puts a guy on first and a guy on second. Why not? So let's see if we can get some action here. Randy Johnson taking the plate, looking for a 12. And is going to roll a 43. So that is going to be a grounder to first base. All right. 2 outs. Guy on first, guy on second. Harold Reynolds. See if he can do some work here. Looking for a 25. All right. That's going to be enough for a hit. So that is a 5. We'll roll the 20-sided dice. And we got a 6. So a 6 is going to be a single. And we will also, the defense is going to roll on this one. So it's a 2. That's an error. So the runners are going to take an extra base. So let's see what happens here. So we got a little bit of action. So that was a single that turned into a double. I'll put an E there for an error. And then everybody is going to advance an extra base. So in this case, let me see. This we're going to have Tino Martinez will score. And D. Wilson is going to also score. So 2 runs off of that error. All right, so it's got 2, and let's see if we can end the inning here. So we got some action going. Phil Bradley looking for an 86. All right, so we have another hit. That's going to be 6. Looks like our pitcher's getting tired here. It's going to be an 11, which is going to be a single, and the runners are going to actually advance 2 bags. So Harold Reynolds is going to score. 3-run inning there, and Phil Bradley will take first base. All right. The game is getting close now. All right. For our next roll, which was Ken Griffey Jr., ended up rolling a 56. That is going to end the inning. That is going to basically be a grounder to the shortstop. So great inning for the Mariners here. Scored 3 runs. So after 5.5, it's Pirates 4, Mariners 3. Whoops, let me put that in there. I forgot to do that last time. It was a 1-2-3 inning last time. All right, Roberto Clemente looking for a 31. All right, and we rolled a 20, so that will be a hit. For a 3, it's just going to be a single. Defense is going to be able to roll on that one. For a 2, that's also going to be an error. So that'll be a double for Roberto Clemente. And let's go ahead and up the bat now is Arky Vaughn, looking for a 31. And that will be a 7, so that'll be another hit. And it's a 16, so that is a double, and the runners are going to advance 3. So Roberto Clemente is going to score. Arky Vaughn will be on second base. Up to bat now, Willie Stargell, 28. Also a hit. We have 12, 15. It's going to be a 2. That's just going to be a single. So no change there other than the single. So guy on first, guy on second, no outs. Barry Bonds taking the plate, looking for a 29. And he will roll a 96. So that will be an out. Flip to the shortstop. All right. Bill Mazeroski taking the plate, looking for a 26. And we're going to roll an 85 here. That's going to be an out to third base. All right. Andy Van Slyke, possibly the last out of the inning here. Got a guy on first, got a guy on second, looking for a 27. All right. And we rolled a 10, so that's going to be a hit. Let's see what happens. Rolls a 10. That is going to be a single. Runners are going to advance 2 bags. So 1, 2, and 1, 2. Whoops. Hey, mechanical pencils. So Arky Vaughan is going to score off of that single. And we'll put Jason Kendall up the bat. Jason Kendall looking for 28. All right, and he rolls an 88, so that'll be the last out of the inning. That is a out to center field. All right, so now at this point we are at the 6th inning. We're going to go ahead and do a pitching change. Mark Langston is going to come in for Randy Johnson. But actually, I think what I'm going to do, it really doesn't matter at this point because Mark Langston's ERA is high enough that it's actually going to make the pitch out dice be a little bit different. It's actually going to subtract from the score. So at this point, anytime that we roll now for Mark Langston, we're going to actually subtract the number from the 4-sided die instead of adding it. So kind of the same thing going to happen here with John Candelaria. Let's see, he's going to roll up to, I'm going to actually put in, Kent DeColvey is going to now bat, or I'm sorry, he's going to now pitch. He has an ERA of 2.85. So he's actually going to, he's going to be able to roll a D8, and that number is going to be added on to the modified swing score. So what we're going to see now for this at-bat is the 100-sided die plus the 8-sided die. So a little bit of a multiplier here. Basically, Kent DeColvey is going to try to carry that over into that 9th inning. So we'll see if he can close out the game completely. Sorry again for bumping the camera. So let's see how this inning plays out. So let's see. So Edgar Martinez will be the first bat for the top of the 6th, and he's looking for a 31. Okay, so he will get it. And that is going to be a 3 and a 2. So that's going to be a 5. We'll roll for the bat, which is going to be a 10. That is going to be a single. In this case, it's really not going to play anything because of there's nobody on. But in this case, this would actually be a single, and the runners would be able to advance too. So, yeah, that's kind of a bummer there. So let's go ahead and move on to Jay Bruner. And he's going to roll a 45 plus 8. He's going to roll 53. Looking for a 25 there, but that's going to be a grounder to first base. All right. All right. Up to bat is Alex Rodriguez looking for a 29. All right, he's going to roll a 35. So that's going to be a grounder over to the third base for the out. And Tino Martinez looking for a 27. All right, he's going to roll a 57. 5. He's going to roll 62. That will be a strikeout. So that will be the 6th inning. All right, and I think what I'm going to do is rather than, I think, Bo, we're going to do this for your advantage here. We're going to go ahead and put in Edwin Diaz. He's the closer, but we're gonna start rolling him now. So he actually has an ERA that's going to be the 8-sided die. So we're gonna kind of roll that out for the rest of the game here. So Mark Langston, we're going to put him in for the long reliever, but I think we definitely need that opportunity to get a higher pitch count or a higher modified swing score. So so basically at this point we're going to put Teak is going to be up to bat. He's looking for a 6. All right, and he's going to roll a 27. So that's going to be an easy out. Now, the cool thing about this game, too, is you can... Let me move this up a little bit here. So if you wanted to, you could put more lines in here to do more things. Like if you wanted to, say, okay, now your pitcher's over here, or whatever you wanted to do. So I hope you guys have been enjoying this. This has been a lot of fun. We're almost done. Again, I know that this was kind of long, but when you have 2 people playing, it makes it a little bit quicker than kind of going through the whole thing too. So I've had a blast so far playing it. So Honus Wagner is going to take the plate here. We're looking for a 32, and he's going to roll a 42, which is going to be too much, and that is going to be a strikeout. All right. And possibly the last out of the inning, Roberto Clemente looking for a 31. And he is going to roll a 50. So that is a called strike for good old Roberto Clemente. And for this, I mean, why not, right? We should probably throw that right there. So there you go, a little bit of a called strike there on the Roberto Clemente. So caught him looking. All right, so that will retire the Pirates for the 6th inning. We will move on to the top of the 7th. D. Wilson looking for a 26. All right, he is going to roll a 32, which unfortunately is going to be 1 higher than what he actually needs. So that is actually going to be strike. Strikeout. All right. Edwin Diaz looking for a 7. All right. And he rolls a big 97. So a little bit too much there. 90 more than what he needed to. That's going to be fly out to left field. All right. Harold Reynolds looking for a 28. All right. That is going to be a hit. So we have a 10. So let's go ahead and roll it up. So 1 is going to be just your basic single. So, all right. And Phil Bradley looking for a 28. He's going to roll a 67. So that is going to be a fly out to left field. And that will retire the side. Sorry, I wasn't keeping track here. 3 and 4, 5, 6. All right, so 6-3. As we move on to the bottom of the 7th, time for the 7th inning stretch. Up the bat, we have Arky Vaughn looking for a 31. He is going to roll a 60. That is going to be another called strike. That now Willie Stargell looking for a 28. 28, we have a 79. So that is going to be a fly out to right field. Not a lot of action happening here in the latter part of the game. And Barry Bonds will take the plate looking for a 29. And he is going to roll a 27. It's going to be hit. Got a 12. That is going to be a single. Again, runners are going to advance 2, but there's no runners on base. So kind of a worthless hit. Bill Mazeroski looking for a 26. All right. And that is going to be a 76, which is going to be the last out. Flip to the shortstop. All right. After 7, we got 6-3 Pirates. 8th inning, up to bat now, Ken Griffey Jr. looking for a 28. And he's going to roll a 59, which is going to be fly out to right. Edgar Martinez looking for 31. He's going to roll a 79-6. It's going to be an 85. It's going to be an out to third base. All right, Jay Brunner next. Looking for a 25. All right, and we are going to roll a 49. Another fly out to right field, and that will end the inning. As we move on to the 8th inning, bottom of the 8th, Andy Van Slyke taking the plate, looking for a 27. All right, and we're going to roll a 57, which is going to be fly out to left field. Up next, Jason Kendall, looking for a 28. And that will be a hit. So we have 15. Let's roll a 20-sided die. And that is a 16, which is a double. In this case, the runners would advance 3, but nobody's on. So, Teak is going to be batting, looking for a 6. He's going to roll a 68, 73. That is going to be grounded to first base. All right, could this be the last out of the 8th? Honus Wagner takes the plate, looking for a 32. And that is going to be, whoops, sorry, that was a 30. That's a 36-40, which is going to be too much. He's going to strike out looking for the end of the 8th. All right, so let's see what happens. This is the top of the 9th. The away team was the Seattle Mariners. And let's see what can happen. Can we get 3 runs in 1 inning? So after 8, 6-3 Pirates. Let's give it a go here. Alex Rodriguez looking for a 29. All right, that is going to be a hit. That is going to be 16. So let's see what he does. 13, that's going to be a double. And the defense is going to roll. For a 4, no change. So, nice start to the inning. Got a double already. Martinez looking for a 27. All right, he's going to roll a 45, which is going to be an out to third base. All right, got a guy on second, 1 out. D. Wilson going to take the plate. Looking for a 26. All right, and he's going to roll 38, 45. 45, that is also going to be a ground out to third base. All right, so Edwin Diaz, the closer, looking for a 7, and this will basically close out the game. See what we got. All right, and that is going to be the game. Let's see here. We have a 42, and that's going to be a strikeout. So there you have it. That is Deadball. Final score: Pirates 6, and the Mariners Dream Team 3. So great game. Thank you all for watching. Sorry about the shoddy setup. If you kind of liked what you saw, go ahead and give me a like, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more games of this, hey, let me know. What's your dream team? Maybe I can put something together for you. But Teak holding it down there in the last few innings. Basically only letting, let's see, so we have 1, 2, 3 runs in that inning, and that's it for the rest of the game. So that's great. So thanks again for watching. Bo, sorry that your Mariners didn't win, but hey, man, maybe next time. So take it easy. This has been Mark Plays Magic.